So poops, ever since the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed, the world has been abuzz, story after story about the Ayatollah. But through all this, there's a question on my mind. Why is PAS mourning the Ayatollah? So poops, if you look at the Pemuda PAS Facebook page right now, you're gonna see a nice obituary for Ali Khamenei. And you're also gonna notice that Hadi Awang created a full-on series of posts dedicated to this right here. Like, not just hashtag Kecha, the strikes on Iran, but no, they were literally mourning the Ayatollah. Now, you might think to yourself that this is just good old-fashioned hashtag solidarity. Friends hanging out with one another, one entire ummah, except they're not. I mean, go around enough and you'll start seeing signs actually of like what's really going on right there. With Zafri Muhammad Noor, you've got, well, Alham. Whoa, can I say that word? Praise God for the death of a hypocrite and also enemy of true Islam. I hope that he will be tortured by God in the next realm for having made friends into kafirs and for cruelty to Muslims of the true sunnah. And that kind of matches with what I've heard on Discord from some of you sapoops who were casually sharing about why it is that you'd consider Iran quote-unquote sesat. Special thank you to R7 the guy for sharing some of these hashtag hot takes. Kind of interesting, and all of that, by the way, was a response to a question I had about a post made by this Hadi Awang who said, well, Iran is the Tanah Air of his religion and has to be protected together. Kind of interesting, bro, because as far as I know, Malaysia doesn't even acknowledge these people as Muslim. I mean, I can't say that I know everything about this right here, but it is true though that how we define the religion of the Federation in Malaysia is like very different. And you might think to yourself, well, that's just kind of a small thing right there, but actually, no, it's not. I mean, in case you forgot, through the whole fusillade of news, there was once this guy named Amri who disappeared, by the way, alongside a slightly more famous name, that of a certain Raymond. Both of them because they were trying to convert people allegedly. Unless the perspective has changed ever since, I'm pretty sure that this sort of converting here and there away from the way that Malaysia has decided upon is still kind of not welcome. And it also places us in the unenviable position of wondering why PAS is supporting Iran if, from the perspective of the domestic orthodoxy, what Iran believes in is so-called sesat. And here this sapoop is with his overly long Minder President PAS post right here, trying to menegakkan benang yang basah, yapping about the Iran revolution and so many other things along the way. Although I suppose that in some way makes it so that these people are kind of like sapoopus. For all you know, maybe PAS wants something like what Iran has right here, to so-called live by the ideals of a revolution, aka to have a justification to continue going out there and menunggang agama, to perpetually be able to do it, and now they are spooked because the supreme leader is gone. If you think about it, maybe this all really just is like a huge crash out. Remember how we were talking about Dr. Sam the other day and how he basically become a puppet under the so-called president for life who wants to die while serving? Yeah, if you think about it, it's kind of similar to what happens in Iran. If you think about it, maybe Hadi is feeling spooked because what exists in Iran with the whole like supreme leader thing is kind of similar to what he's trying to create almost with Dr. Sam as a prime minister candidate, whereby in Iran, the supreme leader is supposed to be able to lead the president to do basically everything through oversight, while on the other hand, Hadi probably just wants to manipulate Dr. Sam through the office of the president, alongside his best friend Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man. And for all you know, now that the Ayatollah has just been taken out on the very first day of fighting, maybe Hadi is worried about the exact same thing happening at some later point, because if it could happen to the Ayatollah, then why should it not happen to PAS? And hey, like, it seems that their situations kind of rhyme with one another here and there. So okay, interesting. But apart from that, I really think that there is no dalil for these people to go out there and be supporting Shias. Generally, I think that you'd only do that if you are mentally ill. Sort of the way that I think of all these Gegar America sapoops who are apparently going out there and protesting every single place that they can while holding Iranian flags against the law, I might add. because they want to protest everything and anything. Some of them not even understanding what the Iranian flag is or is not, and are drunk on this idea of hashtag colonialism, hashtag anti-imperialism, or any number of other things out there that they don't actually care about. But hey, you'd expect a little bit more from PAS. I mean, if you're gonna purport to be the Malaysian Islamic Party, then you'd think that you'd actually support something that actually fits in with the way that Malaysia defines that religion, and not with something that could be considered sesat, right? Well, you think so, but apparently that is not the case in 2026. Anyways, the poops, it's a fair question. Why is PAS mourning Ali Khamenei? Is it really celebrating the true path? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all to say about that, and bye.